And we're back from Sunset Field in Brush, Colorado. I'm Chris Brom on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com, bringing you Brush Beat Digger Baseball as we take a look at the starting lineup today for the visiting Eaton Reds in a rematch of last year's Class 3A state championship game. Batting leadoff and playing second base, Jake Mondragon. Hitting in the 2-hole and playing in center field, Britton Abbott. Batting third in right field is Ryan Kaler. Hitting in the cleanup spot today and playing behind the plate, Colton Linden. At shortstop, hitting fifth, Matt Burkhart. Playing first base, hitting sixth would be number 23, Marcus Longwell. The DH today, hitting in the spot of the pitcher, is Sieg. Then Bryce Dyer is the number 8 hitter. He'll be playing at third base. And in left field, hitting ninth, is Jake Nelson. The starting pitcher today for the Brush Beat Diggers, Alec Peterson. He'll be hitting leadoff today. Arnoldo Maltos Garcia is behind the plate. At first base, Mitch Tormolin. Playing second today, Ryan Hirschfeld. At third base, Tyler Monday. In between them at shortstop is Kyle Rosenbrock. Playing left field today, Grayson Simmons. In center field, Nico Guzman. And playing left field today, Randy Baker. Stepping in for the first pitch of today's game, brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Jake Mondragon for the Eaton Reds. The right-hander steps in. And the first pitch of the game is a called strike at the knees. Today's starting lineup for the Beat Diggers brought to you by Blowdorn Lumber. At blowdornlumber.com, you can browse the virtual showroom, view the current sales flyer, and complete a credit application, and shop for the entire inventory online. The 0-1 pitch from Peterson is a breaking ball for a called strike 2, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, Mondragon. Peterson gets his sign, comes set, and the 0-2 pitch is fouled back to the screen, and the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Peterson, the right-hander, pitches strictly from the stretch, even with nobody on base, and he comes set. The 0-2 pitch inside. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Peterson yesterday had a good day at the plate. Hit for the cycle in yesterday's 16-4 win over Highland. And that pitch hit him. The 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball too far inside. And it hit Mondragon on the hip, and he'll go to first base. A leadoff runner for the Eaton Reds. That'll bring Britton Abbott to the plate. Abbott today playing in center field. The senior committed to playing at NJC with the Plainsmen as he steps in for his first at-bat of the afternoon. Peterson, the hand on the knee, he comes set, checks the runner at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's a breaking ball, too far inside. 1 ball, no strikes. As I mentioned earlier yesterday, Brush picking up the win 16-4 over the Highland Huskies as they picked up 17 hits in the victory. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's a fastball at the knees for a called strike. Mondragon, the runner at first, he was hit by a pitch. The hitter Britton Abbott at the plate. A 1-1 count. Abbott in that deep crouch, a throw over to first, dive back in, and the runner is safe. Abbott checking the base coast. He digs back into the plate. Peterson with the sign, checks the runner at first, comes set from the stretch. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that breaking ball is just a little too high. And the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Brush Beat Digger Baseball brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. Throw over to first, and the runner's back in standing. Home, auto, life, health, State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call today, 842-4555. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to the hitter Britton Abbott as we get started here at Sunset Field. A gorgeous day for baseball, as I said. And Alec Peterson delivers the 2-1 pitch, and that breaking ball is too far inside, and it's now 3 balls and 1 strike. The Beat Diggers this year, 2-0 in Patriot League, 6-4 overall, as that 3-1 pitch just catches the outside corner for a strike, and that's going to run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Britton Abbott, playing center field today for Eaton. Nobody out here. We're scoreless in the top of the first inning from Sunset Field. A runner at first, Jake Mondragon, hit by a pitch. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that's just a little low. And it's a walk to Britton Abbott. And now we have runners at first and second to start things off. And that's going to bring Ryan Kaler to the hill, or to the plate. Kaler playing right field today for Eaton. Kaler, a sophomore for the Eaton Reds, who are 11-0 overall on the year, 2-0 in Patriot League play. Peterson with the first pitch, too far outside with a fastball. It's 1 ball, no strikes. The sophomore Peterson comes set. Checks the runners. The 1-0 pitch, a fastball, too high, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. Peterson struggling a little bit with control here early on. We're just underway with no score as the Brush Beat Diggers host the Eaton Reds in a rematch of last year's 3A championship game. The leadoff man hit by a pitch, then a walk to the second hitter. We've got runners at first and second, and that pitch catches the knees for a called strike. 2 balls and a strike to Ryan Kaler. Kaler digs back in, hitting left-handed today. Peterson checks the runners, and that pitch is too high, and it's now 3 balls and a strike. A lot of breaking balls early on from Peterson as he tries to find the strike zone, battling control a little bit here. Jumped out to a quick 0-2 count on the leadoff hitter before hitting him. And that pitch is too far outside, and that's a walk, and it's going to load the bases for the cleanup hitter, Colton Lind. Lind catching today's game as he digs in. Bases are loaded, nobody out. Leadoff man hit by a pitch. Britton Abbott and Ryan Kaler both walked. We've got nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Peterson's got the sign he wants. He comes set. Here's the first pitch. Down and away, catches the corner of the zone for a strike. Jumps ahead, no balls and 1 strike. The big right-hander Lind at the plate. That changeup's in the dirt, and it's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Lind, a junior for Eaton this year. The 1-1 pitch. Good breaking ball in the zone for a strike, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alec Peterson trying to work his way out of trouble early on in the first inning. Nobody out. Bases are loaded. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that one's grounded to the right side. A dive by the second baseman, but it's into right field for a base hit. Everybody moves up a base, and that's going to score a run as Mondragon comes in to score. And it's now 1-0 in favor of the Eaton Reds here early on, and still nobody out with the bases loaded. That's the first hit for the Eaton Reds this inning. And it brings in a run. Hirschfeld made a gallant effort to get to that ball, but just out of his reach as it bounced into right field. The first pitch to Matt Burkcast is just on the inside corner for a strike. That one's roped to left field, but it's going to hang up long enough to make the catch. The runner's going to tag from third, and he will score easily as Abbott comes home with the Reds' second run. It's now 2-0 Eaton. The out recorded on the play as Burkhart was able to lift that ball just far enough into left field to drive the run in. That pitch catches the knees for a strike to Marcus Longwell, the first baseman for Eaton, as he steps in for his first at bat of the afternoon. Runners at first and second here. One away. That pitch gets away from the catcher, and both runners are going to move up as the ball goes to the screen. It's now 1-1 strike to Longwell, and runners at second and third for Eaton here early on with just one out, and the Reds up by a score of 2-0. Peterson comes set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's lifted to left field. Long run for the left fielder, but he makes the grab. The throw in. The runner's going to tag. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. And the run scores to make it 3-0 Reds here in the first inning.
Now coming to bat, number 14, Sieg.
The DH Sieg now steps to the plate. Number 14, the big right-hander, steps in today, hitting in place of the pitcher Tedesco. The Reds still with just one hit here in the inning. That was a base hit to right field by the cleanup hitter Lind, as the first pitch is up over the head for ball one. A hit batsman, 2 walks, a single, a sac fly, and another sac fly, and it's 3-0 Reds here in the top of the first inning. As pitch number 2 misses low to Sieg, and it's now 2 balls, no strikes. Peterson checks the runner at second. That pitch down the middle for a strike, 2-1. The third baseman, Dyer, is on deck. Should Sieg get on. That fastball misses high, and it's 3-1. Burkhart and Longwell with sac flies to drive in runs. Those are your 2 outs. As a 3-1 pitch just misses outside. And it's the third walk of the inning for Alec Peterson, and that's going to put runners at first and second with 2 away here. And Bryce Dyer steps up to the plate. That first pitch is popped foul down the right field line. The first baseman giving chase, a dive, but he can't come up with it, and that's a foul ball. Mitch Tormolin giving that one a good shot, but unable to catch up to it as it was just out of his reach. Three 3-0 Reds here in the top of the first from Sunset Field in Brush. 2 down as Alec Peterson tries to work out of trouble. Runners at first and second, and an 0-1 count to the third baseman, Dyer, as that pitch misses high, and it's 1-1. Peterson comes set, delivers the 1-1 pitch, and it's a called strike. It's 1-2. Mondragon hit by a pitch. He scored on a sac fly. No, excuse me, he scored on a single by Lynn. And that breaking ball just misses outside. It's 2-2 to Dyer. Britton Abbott walked. He scored on a sac fly from Matt Burkhart. Ryan Kaler walked. He scored on an RBI sac fly from Marcus Longwell. That gives you your 3-0 score. As that pitch is popped up into foul territory, floating back into fair territory. And Mitch Tormolen bobbles the ball. He can't make the catch. It was a difficult play. May have lost it in the sun as the breeze caught hold of it, but he's unable to make the catch, and the run will score. Score that an error on the first baseman, Tormolen, as he was unable to make that catch on the pop fly. And it's now 4-0 Reds here in the first. Jake Nelson at the plate, the 9th man to hit in the inning, as he takes the first pitch high and outside for a ball. Still just one hit in the inning for the Eaton Reds today as Alec Peterson steps off to gather himself. The left-handed hitting Nelson at the plate, the 9th man to hit here, 2 away, 4-0 Reds. The 1-0 pitch is at the knees on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. A hit batsman, 2 walks, a single, 2 sac flies, another walk, and an error. As that pitch catches the bottom of the zone, and it's now 1-2. Runners at the corner here, 4-0 Reds in the top of the first inning, 2 away. A 1-2 count on Jake Nelson, the left fielder. Peterson with the pitch. That one's fisted foul and out of play down the left field line. And the count holds at 1-2 strikes. The runner going from first as that pitch is lined into right field. That's a fair ball down the line. 1 run will score as they hurry the ball in. Runner stops at third. It's a RBI double for Jake Nelson, and it's now 5-0 in favor of the Reds. And we're still in the top of the first inning. And that'll bring Jake Mondragon back to the plate. Mondragon led off the inning, getting hit by a pitch, and he takes the first pitch high and out of the zone for a ball. The second pitch from Peterson, too high, and it's now 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's fouled back to the screen. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners at second and third, 2 down here in the top of the first. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, Jake Mondragon, the 10th man to hit in the inning, as he takes a fastball at the knees for a called strike 2. It's now 2-2. Peterson has the sign he wants, comes set. The 2-2 pitch is skied to center field. The catch is made, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. 2 hits, 5 runs, 2 men left on. We head to the bottom of the first. The Reds 5, the Beat Diggers coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 5-0 in favor of the Eaton Reds as we head to the bottom of the first inning here with Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. I'm Chris Brahman for John Beltran today. Thanks for joining us from Sunset Field on a beautiful Friday afternoon. The first three hitters for Brush today, Alec Peterson, Arnoldo Maltos Garcia, and Kyle Rosenbrock looking to get something started here early on. Peterson gave up 5 runs on just 2 hits in the top of the first inning. Brush Beat Digger Baseball brought to you in part by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan will professionally fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. Pitcher Alec Peterson steps to the plate. Quick conference on the mound by the Eaton Reds as they get ready to kick off this bottom half of the first inning. Peterson knows how to handle the bat, as I mentioned in the top half of the inning. 4 hits as he hit for the cycle yesterday in the 16-4 win for Brush over the Highland Huskies. The Beat Diggers now 2-0 in Patriot League play, 6-4 overall for head coach Mark Muniz in his 13th season with the team. Brady Tedesco, the starting pitcher, a sophomore for Eaton Red, on the mound. The tall left-hander, a deliberate delivery as that fastball misses low for a ball. It's 1-0 to Alec Peterson. Like Peterson, Tedesco pitches strictly out of the stretch. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one misses low as well, and it's now 2-0. Brush will be back in action tomorrow in Brush. John Beltran will be bringing you the coverage of that game as the pitch misses in the dirt. 3-0 to Alec Peterson to lead off the bottom half of the first inning. Peterson crowds the plate as Tedesco gets the sign he wants. Comes set, and the left-hander delivers. And that one misses low and in, and it's a 4-pitch walk to lead off the inning. And that's going to bring young Arnoldo Maltos Garcia to the plate, the catcher in today's game. Arnoldo, a freshman, being asked to do quite a bit here in his first season with the club. Playing catcher and hitting second, but he's been very successful so far this season. The right-hander digs in, rests that bat on the shoulder and looks to bunt, and he pulls the bat back as that pitch misses low, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. The catcher is going to come out to talk to the pitcher. Gives us an opportunity to let you know that Brush Beat Digger Baseball brought to you in part by B&B Appliance. B&B Appliance at 502 Ensign in Fort Morgan can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better with B&B Appliance. A quick meeting at the mound as Maltos Garcia gets set to dig back in. Gets the sign from his third base coach as he digs back into that right-handed batter's box. Tedesco comes set, delivers. The runner takes off. It's a called strike on the play. The throw down to second. And he's in there. So a stolen base for Alec Peterson. Maltos Garcia was squaring around to bunt. 1-1 the count. So a runner at second here with nobody out. Peterson walked, stole second, he's on. Maltos Garcia swung on and missed for strike 2. He took a healthy cut at that one and came up without a baseball. 1-2 the count. Tedesco comes set, checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch from the stretch. Misses low. 2-2.
Now batting number 5, shortstop, Kyle Rosenbrock.
My apologies, a delayed call on the strike. And that's a strikeout of Arnaldo Maltos Garcia. One away here. And the first pitch to Kyle Rosenbrock, the number 3 hitter playing shortstop today, is a called strike at the knees. That was a very late call on the strikeout. One away here. That pitch bounces in there over the catcher's head and goes back to the screen, and Peterson's going to move up on the wild pitch. A breaking ball in the dirt, and the catcher could not handle it. Bounced over his head and back to the screen, and now we've got a runner at third with one away here. In the bottom of the first, the Beat Diggers trailing by a score of 5-0. A rough first inning for Alec Peterson as the pitch misses outside to Kyle Rosenbrock. It's 2-1. Rosenbrock, 4 hits yesterday, including a home run, and 4 RBIs. Takes a healthy cut at the 2-1 pitch and comes up empty. It's now 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball in the dirt. Catcher throws to first to complete the out. And there are now 2 away for the Beat Diggers here in the first.
Now batting first baseman number 25, Mitch Tormolin.
First baseman Mitch Tormolin comes up to the plate, the cleanup hitter today. Peterson, the runner at third, with 2 down here as the Beat Diggers trail 5-0 in the first. Tormolin digs in against the left-hander Tedesco. He comes set in the first pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Tedesco gets the sign he wants. The pitch from the stretch catches the knees for a called strike. It's 1-1. Tormolin, the tall right-hander, swings and fouls the ball off in the dirt at home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, the count to Tormolin. 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Tedesco comes set, delivers from the stretch. That breaking ball is in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Slight breeze blowing out to left field today. Tedesco delivers from the stretch, and that pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. And that's going to set down the Beat Diggers here in the bottom of the first inning. A walk and a man left. No runs scored. The Beat Diggers down 5-0 as we head to the top of the second on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 5-0 in favor of the Eaton Reds on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers trail as we head to the top of the second. From Sunset Field in Brush, I'm Chris Brom in for John Beltran today. Up for the Reds in the top half of the second, Britton Abbott, Ryan Kaler, and Colton Lind. Abbott walked back in the first and scored the second Reds run on a sac fly. He'll step in here against the right-hander, Alec Peterson. The first pitch from Peterson is fouled off the hands back behind the screen. 0-1. Rough first inning for Peterson. Gave up just 2 hits, but 5 runs, courtesy of a hit batsman and 3 walks. Pair of sac flies and an RBI double. The second pitch, breaking ball, misses down and away. It's 1-1. As I mentioned, Abbott, a senior for Eaton this year, and is committed to play for the NJC Plainsmen at Northeastern Junior College in Sterling. The 1-1 pitch. A called strike at the knees, 1-2. Abbott in that deep crouch, gets ready for the pitch, and the 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2. Seen a number of breaking balls from Peterson today. That's his signature pitch, that knuckle curve, and it can be successful for him as long as he can have just enough control with it to make guys want to swing. That has not been the case today. The 2-2 pitch, roped to right field. Going back to right fielder, and it's over his head. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Abbott on his horse, and he'll pull into second with a stand-up double.
Now batting number 1, Ryan Taylor.
Randy Baker went back on that pitch in right field, but it was just out of his reach, over his head, got turned around, and it's going to be a leadoff double for Britton Abbott here in the top of the second. That's going to bring Ryan Kaler to the plate. Kaler walked and scored back in that first inning. As he steps in here, the left-hander grounds one towards first. A dive by Tormolin, and the toss to first gets the out. A very athletic play by the first baseman, Mitch Tormolin, diving for that ball and getting it to stop, flipping it to the pitcher, Peterson, as he covered the bag, and they just got Kaler for the out. One away. The runner does move up to third. The first pitch to the cleanup hitter, Colton Lind, is roped into center field for a base hit. That's going to bring home another run for the Reds. Score now 6-0 as Abbott crosses the plate. And Matt Burkhart steps up. Peterson comes set. The first delivery is a breaking ball for a called strike. No balls, one strike to Matt Burkhart. The shortstop for the Eaton Reds. He's got a runner at first here with one out in the top of the second inning. 6-0 Eaton. That pitch is lined into left field down the line. That's going to be a base hit and could roll all the way to the wall. It will. Burkhart will pull into second with a double. The runner stops at third. Two runners in scoring position with one away here in the second. And Marcus Longwell, the first baseman, stepping to the plate. The first pitch to Longwell misses, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. The left-hander chokes up on the bat. And that's a gapper in between the left and center fielder, cut off by the left fielder, but 2 runs are going to hustle in to score. Longwell slides into second, and it's a 2-run double, and the score is now 8-0 in favor of the Reds, with just 1 away here in the second inning.
Now batting designated hitter, Sieg.
That'll bring up the DH, Sieg. Sieg walked back in that first inning, came around to score. Righty against righty as Peterson comes set from the stretch, checks the runner at second. The pitch high for a ball. Unlike that first inning where the Reds picked up 5 runs on just 2 hits, they're squaring the ball up here in the second inning. That pitch is fouled back and out of play. And it's 1-1. Peterson comes set, the 1-1 pitch, and that breaking ball misses outside. 2-1. A double, a single, and 2 more doubles. 3 runs in here in the top of the second. It's 8-0 in favor of Eaton. Peterson with a pitch at the knees for a called strike, 2-2. 1 away. And a runner at second. The DHC at the plate. And that's a balk. A balk called on the pitcher Peterson, and that's going to move the runner up to third. And Peterson asking the umpire what exactly he may have done to instigate the balk call. The count remains 2-2 to the DH Sieg. Now the coach, Mark Moon, is coming out to talk with the umpire, get things squared away, find out what exactly happened there on the mound. It appears as if Peterson came set and then flinched, resulting in the balk call. Either way, still 1 down here in the inning. Now a runner at third and a 2-2 count to the hitter Sieg. Peterson back on the mound, toes the rubber. Hand on his knee as he gets the sign he wants. Comes set. And that pitch is lined and caught by the first baseman, Tormolin. A diving snag for out number 2. 2 very impressive plays by the first baseman today in this inning alone. That ball was absolutely smoked down the right field line, and Tormolin laid out and made a fantastic grab. 2 down here in the second inning, as the first pitch to Dyer misses down low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Bryce Dyer, the third baseman, steps in. He reached on an error back in the first inning, was stranded at third. The 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike, 1-1. The runner Longwell at third. Doubled in a pair of runs. Moved up to third on a balk. The pitch from Peterson is down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Righty on righty as Peterson comes set. The 2-1 delivery to Dyer. That misses in the dirt as well, and it's 3-1. It's been a long couple of innings so far for Alec Peterson. He's trying to get out of this one without any more damage. And the 3-1 pitch misses low, and that's a walk to Dyer. And there's runners at the corners now with 2 away. And Jake Nelson, the left fielder, will step in. He doubled in a run back in the first inning. The left-hander digs in at the plate. Peterson from the stretch. The pitch at the knees for a called strike. When Peterson's been down in the zone, he's done well, but unfortunately he's left some pitches up, and it's come back to haunt him. That one's lined on 1 hop to the shortstop, Rosenbrock. He tosses the second for the force, and that's going to do it in the top of the second inning. 4 hits, a walk, 3 runs scored, and 2 men left. It's 8-0 Reds as we head to the bottom of the second. You're listening to Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 8-0 Eaton as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Brush Beat Diggers trail as we broadcast on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Again, I'm Chris Brahman for John Beltran, who will be joining you tomorrow from Sunset Field. A pair of Brush games. We'll tell you more about those coming up. Up first in the second inning for the Beat Diggers, Ryan Hirschfeld, the second baseman. And the first pitch is high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. The Beat Diggers got the leadoff man on in the first inning, but they left him stranded at third, and that pitch is foul tipped into the glove. 1-1 the count on Ryan Hirschfeld. The left-hander Tedesco comes set, delivers from the stretch. That pitch catches the top of the zone for a strike. 1-2. Peterson walked, stole second, moved up to third on a wild pitch, but was left there. Tedesco delivers that 1-2 pitch, chopped back to the mound, a dive by the pitcher. He's unable to get it, picked up by the second baseman, a throw on to first to retire Hirschfeld, 1 away. That's going to bring up Tyler Monday, the third baseman. Big right-hander digs in against the left-hander Tedesco. And the first pitch, high and away for a ball. Tedesco working quickly. Here's the next pitch at the knees for a called strike, 1-1. Tedesco picked up a pair of strikeouts in the first inning. He's got 1 away here. That pitch is swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tyler Monday. Tedesco with some good movement on his pitches this afternoon as he comes set from the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. That swung on and missed. 3 strikeouts already for Brady Tedesco. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. In this rematch of the 3A state championship game. That's going to bring up the DH for today's game. Oscar Soto steps in from the left side, and he takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Soto hitting in the place of the right fielder, Randy Baker. That pitch is swung on and missed. A big cut by Soto, but he came up empty. The left-on-left matchup. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Tedesco, and it's swung on and missed for a strike. That's 3 away, a 1-2-3 inning for Tedesco. No hits, no runs, nobody left on. We head to the top of the third. 8-0 Reds from Sunset Field on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Brush Beat Diggers trail the Eaton Reds 8-0 as we head to the top of the third inning from Sunset Field in Brush on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. I'm Chris Brom joining you on this beautiful Friday afternoon, and we've got a pitching change for you as Mitch Tormoland will take the mound for the Beat Diggers. Ryan Hirschfeld moves over to first base, and it looks like number 16, Mike Gutierrez, will take over at second base for Brush in place of the starting pitcher, Alec Peterson.
Beat Diggers at defense. Now pitching number 25, Mitch Tormoland. Pitching now is number 8, Alec Peterson.
Oh, excuse me.
First base, number 23, Ryan Hirschfeld.
Peterson moves to second base, moves to behind the plate to catcher.
Base, Mikey Gutierrez. And right field, Arnaldo Maltos.
Arnaldo Maltos Garcia moves to right field. And and Mike Gutierrez takes the place of Randy Baker. Well, Peterson goes 2 innings for the Beat Diggers, gives up 8 runs on 6 hits, 4 walks, and a hit batsman. The first pitch from the big right-hander Tormolin misses high, and it's 1-0 to the leadoff hitter Jake Mondragon. And that pitch misses high as well. It's 2-0. Mondragon was hit by a pitch and scored back in the first, and then as he skies one down the right field line, and that's going to go foul. Two and one the count now to Mondragon. Beat Digger Baseball brought to you in part by High Plains Bank. The friendly staff at High Plains Bank in Wiggins is ready to assist you with a home loan, equity line of credit, commercial loan, or checking account. To receive the hometown service on a higher plane, visit High Plains Bank today. That pitch misses high, and it's 3-1 to Mondragon. Again, Mitch Tormolin on the mound now for the Beat Diggers. Peterson, the starting pitcher, went 2 innings, gave up 8 runs. The 3-1 pitch flied down the right field line, and that will hook foul. And the count runs full. Just the top of the third inning from Brush. Nobody out as the Beat Diggers trail 8-0 against the Eaton Reds in this rematch of last year's championship game. Jake Mondragon, the leadoff hitter, playing second base today. And he takes one high and tight for a walk. And that's going to put the leadoff man on here in the third.
Now batting number 33, Britton Abbott.
Britton Abbott, the center fielder, digs in. Abbott, a walk and a run scored in the first, a double and a run scored in the second. He's 1 for 1 on the day. From the stretch, the first pitch from Tormolin is a called strike. Good fastball from Tormolin as he poured that in over the plate to get ahead 0-1. Mondragon, the runner at first, he walked. The 0-1 pitch fouled back and out of play, and it's 0-2. Abbott back in the box, ready to go. That deep crouch at the plate. Tormolin with the sign he wants. Here's the pitch from the stretch. And that's a called strike 3 on the outside corner for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 1, Ryan Kaler.
Ryan Kaler steps up to the plate. The right fielder is 0 for 1 so far on the day. He walked and scored a run back in the first and then grounded out on a beautiful diving stop by Tormolin at first. A throw over and the runner's back in safe. Kaler, a left-handed hitter against the right-handed throwing Mitch Tormolin. The pitch from the stretch, swung on and missed. A good changeup as Tormolin changes speeds to get ahead. No balls, 1 strike. Tormolin comes set. The runner takes his lead. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's off the outside corner, 1-1. Tormolin's got the sign. Here's the 1-1 pitch. The runner's going, and it's Chop back to the mound. Nice grab by Tormolin. Throws on to first to get the out. The runner does move up to second. But there are 2 down now here in the third.
Now batting number 4, Colton Lynn.
Tormolin's height worked to an advantage. There was a high chopper over the mound, and he was able to snag it, get the out at first. 1-3 on the putout. And there's 2 down for the cleanup hitter, Colton Lind. Lind 2 for 2 on the day, a pair of singles, a pair of RBIs. And he's going to bounce one to third. Bobbled by the third baseman Monday, but he recovers in time to make the throw for the third out. And the runner is stranded at second. No hits, no runs, a runner left on, and we head to the bottom of the third. The Reds 8, the Beat Diggers nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers trail the Reds 8-0 as we head to the bottom of the third inning on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. I'm Chris Brom in for John Beltran. Some changes defensively for the Eaton Reds here as there's a new pitcher on the mound. Marcus Longwell is on the hill. Now at first base, number 43, Justin Ditter. We'll get you the rest of the defensive changes as we get them. 5 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second for Eaton. Nothing so far for the Beat Diggers as they trail 8-0 in this rematch of the 3A state championship game from last year. Beat Digger Baseball brought to you in part by Platte Valley Hearing Center. You don't have to travel out of town to receive the best and most advanced hearing health care. Visit Platte Valley Hearing Center located at 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Nico Guzman will lead things off here in the bottom of the third for the Beat Diggers as they look to get something going against the Eaton Reds. The Beat Diggers without a hit so far in the first 2 innings of play. Got a leadoff walk in the first, but stranded the runner Alec Peterson at third. Guzman steps in. The new pitcher Longwell delivers his first pitch, and that's a called strike at the knees. 0-1. Longwell, a senior, pitches with a sidearm motion as he comes set from the stretch. That one's back to the screen, and it's 1-1. That pitch misses in the dirt to Guzman, and it's 2 balls and a strike. That pitch misses as well, and it's 3-1 now. The 3-1 pitch. It's a called strike at the knees, and it's going to run the count full. Guzman thought he had ball 4, but the umpire thought differently. Here's the full count pitch, and that one is outside, and that's going to be a leadoff walk for Nico Guzman. It's going to bring left fielder Grayson Simmons to the plate. One of 2 left-handed hitters in today's lineup for the Beat Diggers.
Now batting number 4, left fielder Grayson Simmons.
Simmons getting his first at-bat of the afternoon. The first pitch, swung on a missed for a strike. Oh, and 1 the count to Grayson Simmons. Nico Guzman, the runner at first. Simmons checks his swing, and it's called a ball. Oh, they checked the swing with the second base umpire, and He rules it a strike, so it's now 0-2. Longwell checks the runner, delivers the pitch, and that's a called strike 3 at the knees. And that's going to do it for Grayson Simmons as he heads back to the dugout. That's going to bring Alec Peterson to the plate. Peterson, today's starting pitcher, went 2 innings, gave up 8 runs. Now playing catcher. He walked to lead off the first as he takes a called strike 1. Stole second, moved up to third on a wild pitch, but unfortunately was stranded there. Guzman, the runner at first. Longwell checks the runner, comes set from the belt. Here's the 1-0-1 delivery. Out one's fisted to center field. The center fielder gets under it and makes the grab for the out, and there's 2 gone here in the third. Two outs, runner on first for the Beat Diggers, and Arnaldo Matos Garcia comes to the plate. Now playing right field for the Beat Diggers. Garcia struck out looking in the first, and he swings and misses at that high heat from the sidearm throwing Longwell, and it's 0-1. A very warm day here at Sunset Field. It's a nice change from the snowy weather. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. It's 1-1. Because of the weather, 3 games being played here at Sunset Field tomorrow, 2 by brush. The 1-1 pitch from Longwell misses low, and it's 2-1. Beat Diggers trail 8-0 here in the third against the Eaton Reds. They've got a runner on first and 2 down. The 2-1 pitch. Chopped back to the mound. Past the glove of the pitcher Longwell. Picked up by the shortstop. He steps on the bag for the force, and that's going to retire the Beat Diggers here in the third. No hits, no runs, and a runner left on. We move on to the top of the fourth. 8-0 Reds over the Beat Diggers on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Eaton Reds 8, the Brush Beat Diggers nothing as we head to the top of the fourth inning from Sunset Field in Brush, Colorado on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. I'm Chris Brom in for John Beltran. And Mitch Tormolin will get his second inning of work on the mound for the Beat Diggers. Alec Peterson got the start, went a couple of innings, gave up 8 runs, 7 of them earned on just 5 hits. 4 walks and a hit batsman. Matt Burkhart, number 19. The shortstop for the Reds will lead off here in the fourth inning, and the first pitch from Tormolin is a called strike at the knees. Burkhart drove in a run on a sac fly in the first, doubled and scored in the second. That pitch way outside. Good stop by the catcher Peterson, and it's 1-1. 5 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second for the Reds. They're up 8-0. That pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. There's a home run swing from Matt Burkhart, but instead it's a 1-2 count. Tormolin winds up and deals. That one's high and tight, 2-2. Marcus Longwell in the on-deck circle for the Reds. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded to the shortstop. Rosenbrock throws on to first. And that's out number 1. One down here for the Eaton Reds, and Marcus Longwell steps up to the plate. Longwell also drove in a run on a sac fly in the first and doubled in the second as he tries to bunt his way on board and bunts it foul for a strike. It's 0-1. Longwell began the day at first base, moved to the mound back in the third inning. At the plate here with an 0-1 count against Mitch Tormolen. Tormolen, windup, fires. That fastball's outside, 1-1. Swung on and popped up to left field. That's going to be an easy play for the left fielder for out number 2. And it's a quick 2 outs as Marcus Longwell is retired here in the 4th inning.
Now batting number 43, Justin Ditters.
Justin Ditter is going to step up to the plate now. He came in last inning when Longwell moved from first to the mound. Ditter getting his first at bat of the afternoon, and the right-hander pops one up right around first base. The catch is made, and that's going to make it a 1-2-3 inning for the Beet Diggers here. In the top half of the 4th inning, we move on to the bottom half. The Eaton Reds lead this one 8-0 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Brush Beet Digger Baseball is on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beet Diggers trailing the Eaton Reds 8-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Due up this inning for the Beet Diggers, Kyle Rosenbrock, Mitch Tormolen, and Ryan Hirschfeld as they look to get something going against the sidewinding right-hander Marcus Longwell. Beet Digger Baseball brought to you in part by Ackley Building Center, your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard, and they now carry appliances. Ackley Building Center located at 1402 Mill Street in Brush. Shortstop Kyle Rosenbrock will get the first crack here in the 4th.
Leading off for the Diggers, number 5, shortstop.
Rosenbrock 0 for 1 on the day. The first pitch from Longwell misses low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. That one's chopped foul at the plate. 1-1. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Rosenbrock, and that one's behind the batter for a ball. And it's 2-1. Rosenbrock, a sophomore. Very good day yesterday against the Highland Huskies. 4 hits, including a home run and 4 RBIs in that 16-4 win. The 2-1 pitch is grounded to short. The throw on just gets him at first base. Rosenbrock hustling down the line, made that a close play, but just got him by about a half a step. And that's the first out. The shortstop, Burkhart, took his time with that one, and Rosenbrock about beat it out. But instead there's one down here, and Mitch Tormolen steps up to the plate. That first pitch is popped up towards second. Going back to second baseman, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Quick outs so far for the Beet Diggers today. In fact, the Beet Diggers without a hit so far today. They've had a couple of walks, and that's it.
Now batting first baseman number 23, Ryan Hirschfeld.
Ryan Hirschfeld steps up to the plate, and he takes a pitch for a called strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Hirschfeld grounded out to the second baseman in his only at-bat of the afternoon. He takes a breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-2. 2 outs here in the 4th inning. The Beet Diggers trail 8-0 against the Reds as Hirschfeld gets ready for the 0-2 pitch, and here it is. Misses way outside. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. And that's lined past a diving shortstop for a base hit. Ryan will take a big turn at first, but he'll hold there with a base hit. The first hit of the afternoon for the Beat Diggers comes here in the 4th inning with 2 down. And that's going to put a runner at first for the third baseman, Tyler Monday. Monday struck out on his first at bat back in the 2nd inning. And he'll swing and flare the ball to short. The shortstop struggles with it, throws wild, and the first baseman can't hold on to it. That's going to be an error on the shortstop. It's going to be an error on the shortstop, Burkhart, to put runners at first and second. Tyler caught that one in on the handle, just sort of flared it to Burkhart at short. He struggled to handle the ball and then made a wild throw in an attempt to get Monday at first, and the first baseman couldn't handle it. The first pitch to Oscar Soto, the DH today, is outside for a ball. Soto struck out back in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1 on the day. The big left-hander ready for the 1-0 pitch. That one's at the knees for a called strike. 1-1. Hirschfeld, the runner at second, he's singled. Monday, the runner at first, he reached on an error by the shortstop. 8-0 Reds here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 2 down. That pitch is swung on and missed by Oscar Soto. It's now 1-2. Beat Diggers looking for a 2-out rally here, trying to get a run on the board. Longwell comes set from the belt. Here's the pitch. That one's laced into right center field for a base hit. 1 run will score. The center fielder cuts it off, gets the ball back in. Soto's going to hold it first with a base hit. Monday stops at third, but a run does score. It's an RBI single for the DH, Oscar Soto, and it's now 8-1 in favor of the Reds.
Now batting number 13, second baseman Nico Guzman.
Nico Guzman steps up. Guzman walked in his first at bat as he chops one to third. On the run, the third baseman makes the throw to get the out, and that's going to do it here in the 4th inning. That's the 3rd out, but the Beat Diggers do pick up a run on a hit, on a pair of hits. 2 men left on. It's now 8-1 in favor of the Reds on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. You're listening to Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com from Sunset Field in Brush on this very warm Friday afternoon. On the 26th of April, the Beat Diggers trailing the Eaton Reds 8-1. Beat Diggers picking up a run in the bottom half of the 4th. Mitch Tormolen now entering his 3rd inning of work for the Beat Diggers. He came on in relief of the starter, Alec Peterson. Peterson now behind the plate for the Beat Diggers, and he'll start things off against Bryce Dyer. Bryce Dyer, the third baseman, takes a strike, and it's 0-1. There's a called strike 2 on the outside corner. Dyer reached on an error back in the 1st inning, was stranded at third. The 0-2 pitch misses high, 1-2. Dyer then walked in the 2nd. Was out on a fielder's choice in the inning. So he's 0 for 1. Swings and misses at the 3rd strike of the inning. Or excuse me, 3rd strike of the at-bat. It's the 1st out of the inning. As Mitch Tormolen has sort of slowed down this Eaton offense. After 5 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, they've been held scoreless the last 2 innings. And the first pitch that Jake Nelson is high and outside for a ball. Nelson takes one low, and it's 2-0. Nelson with an RBI double in the first and a fielder's choice in the second. 0 for 1 on the day. Takes a called strike, and it's 2-1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one's too far inside. It's 3-1. Tormolin, the right-hander, takes a moment to collect himself. Nelson, the left-hander, ready for the 3-1 pitch, and that one's on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 3-2. The full count pitch on the way, and that one's roped back up the middle for a base hit. Nelson turns at first, but he'll hold there. And there's a 1-out single for Jake Nelson. That'll bring the leadoff hitter Jake Mondragon to the plate. Mondragon walked in the first. Walked again in the third. Scored a run in the first. A throw over to first, and the runner back in with a dive. He's safe. Mondragon 0 for 1 overall. That pitch misses low and away for a ball. 1-0. Much of today's damage coming off of walks for the Beat Diggers. That 1-0 pitch is too far inside, up under the arms of Mondragon. It's 2-0. A few hard hit balls have helped score some runs, but walks have really hurt the Beat Diggers this afternoon. That pitch in the dirt, nice block by the catcher Peterson. It's 3-0. Mondragon's been on twice today, both via the walk, and he's staring at another one right now with that 3-0 count. There's a called strike at the knees. It's 3-1. Britton Abbott on deck for the Reds. Tormolin comes set. The pitch grounded to short as the runner was going. The only play for Rosenbrock is at first. He gets the out there, but the runner does move up. He was going on the play. It's a fielder's choice for Mondragon as the base runner Nelson moves up on the ground out to short, but they're now 2 away. And Britton Abbott steps to the plate. Here's the first pitch from Tormolin, and that one misses away. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Abbott 1 for 2 today. He's walked and scored a run, doubled and scored a run, and struck out. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. We're in the top of the 5th inning here at Sunset Field and Brush. The Beat Diggers trailing 8-1 with 2 down and a runner at second. That pitch is lined into center field for a base hit. The runner Nelson rounding third, and he will score without a throw, and it's now 9-1 in favor of the Reds on the RBI base hit by Britton Abbott.
Now batting number 1, Ryan Kaler.
Ryan Kaler, the right fielder, will step up to the plate. The left-hander has walked and scored and then grounded out. The runner going. That pitch lined towards second base and into right field for a base hit. The runner will cut the bag and head to third, and we've now got runners at the corners. A perfectly executed hit and run by the Eaton Reds as Ryan Kaler took that pitch to right field as the runner was going, and there's now runners at the corners with 2 down.
Now batting number 4, Colton Lynn.
Cleanup hitter Colton Lind will step to the plate. Lind is singled twice, drove in a pair of runs. He's also grounded out to third. 2 down here, runners at first and third, and that first pitch is flared to short and into left field for a base hit. That's going to score a run. It's an RBI single for Lind, and it's now 10-1 Eaton.
Now batting number 19, Matt Burkhart.
Matt Burkhart, the shortstop, will step in now with a pair of runners on and 2 outs in the 5th. Burkhart drove in a run on a sac fly and in the first, doubled and scored in the second. And the first pitch is high and tight for a ball. Burkhart 1 for 2 officially on the afternoon as he fouls one back to the screen. It's 1-1. Tormolin collecting himself, taking a stroll around the mound. He's back up on the rubber. Hand on the knee. He's got the sign he wants. Comes set. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That one's skied to center field. The center fielder coming in makes the catch, and that retires the side. 3 hits, 4 hits, 2 runs, and a couple of men left. It's now 10-1. Eaton over the Beat Diggers as we head to the bottom of the 5th on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Brush trailing Eaton 10-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. I'm Chris Brom, joining you from Sunset Field in Brush. Beat Digger Baseball brought to you in part by Valley View Villa. Look to the team at Valley View for rehab, short-term, or long-term care needs. Stop by 815 Fremont or call them today at 867-8261. The 3 hitters due up for the Beat Diggers here in the bottom of the 5th. Grayson Simmons, Alec Peterson, and Arnoldo Maltos Garcia as they look to close the gap here down by 9 in the middle innings.
Leading off the Diggers,
Marcus Longwell now into his 3rd inning on the mound for Eaton. Came in relief back in the 3rd inning. The left-hander Simmons digs in against the right-hander Longwell. Longwell from the stretch, the side armor with the first pitch, fouled back to the screen for a strike. Longwell comes set, that glove at the belt, kicks and fires. That one way outside and back to the screen. It's 1-1. Stubbs Gas and Oil is located at I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay. Get there today. See why convenience is Stubbs' middle name. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Grayson Simmons. On the outside corner for a called strike. It's 1-2. Simmons struck out looking back in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. Not much offense for the Beat Diggers today. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just a little low, maybe a touch outside as well. It's now 2-2. The catcher Colton Lind jumped out of his crouch like he thought it was strike 3. Here's 2-2 pitch. That one misses low as well. It's a full count at 3-2. Simmons doing a good job to lay off a couple of tough pitches, some close pitches here with 2 strikes to open the 5th inning. And that pitch is swung on and missed, and that is strike 3 as Simmons goes down swinging for the first out. Alec Peterson steps up to the plate. He walked, stole a base, and moved to third on a wild pitch back in the 1st inning, but was left there. He's 0 for 1. He also flew out to the center fielder back in the third. Peterson got the start on the mound today for the Beat Diggers, went a couple of innings giving up 8 runs as he steps in for his third at bat this afternoon. Takes one on the inside corner for a called strike. Longwell comes set at the belt. That sidearm delivery on the inside corner for a called strike as Peterson turned away. He thought that one was a little too far inside. Not pleased with the umpire's call, but it's 0-2 regardless. Peterson back up on that plate. Boy, he sure crowds that plate hard. And he watches one miss outside. It's 1-2. Longwell's got the sign he wants, comes set. Here's the pitch from the stretch. That one's fouled back and out of play over the Eaton dugout. Count remains at 1-2. Keeping community banking simple and committed to their community. Morgan Federal Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Check them out. And Central Auto Parts. For the best prices and special offers on top quality car parts and accessories, visit Central Auto Parts at 1001 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. 1-2 the count to Alec Peterson. Longwell comes set, delivers. That one misses outside. It's 2-2. Peterson doing a good job to lay off that breaking ball. Digs back in there. Longwell comes set. Kicks and deals. And that one is swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Longwell here in the 5th inning. A good changeup there got Peterson out in front and unable to make contact. That'll bring up the freshman Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. Garcia 0 for 2 this afternoon with a strikeout and a ground out. And he takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Premier Farm Credit, committed to serving those in production ag. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending. Longwell comes set, delivers. That one's too far inside. It's 1-1. Arnoldo Maltos Garcia started the game behind the plate, moved to right field when Mitch Tormolin came in relief. He's got a 1-1 count here as he bounces one to third. Off the chest of the third baseman, recovers in time to make the throw, and that's the third out of this 5th inning. The Beat Diggers go 1-2-3. We head to the top of the 6th. Beat Diggers trail 10-1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Beat Diggers trailing the Eaton Reds 10-1 in the top of the 6th inning on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Brush Beat Digger Baseball brought to you by Northern Colorado Title. You don't have to close on your house alone. Northern Colorado Title at 130 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan will provide you with a stress-free closing. The Beat Diggers looking for a stress-free inning as we get the 6th inning underway here. Mitch Tormolin on the mound still for the Beat Diggers as he'll face off against Marcus Longwell. And the first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. That pitch misses low and away, and it's 1-1. Longwell 2 for 3 today. He's 1 for 2 as he flies one to left field. Easy play for the left fielder for the first out. There's one away. Longwell now 1 for 3 with a pair of flyouts to left and a sac fly back in the first inning. Justin Ditter came in a defensive switch back in the third. He steps in for his second plate appearance of the day. Popped out to the first baseman his first time up, and he ropes one to center field for a base hit. takes the turn at first. He'll hold there. And there's a runner on with one away.
Now batting number 24, Bryce Dreyer.
Bryce Dyer, the third baseman, steps in. Dyer 0 for 1 with a walk. Also reached on an error in the first. That first pitch is fouled off his shin. That's going to hurt for a moment. He's going to take a second or so to walk it off. Umpire give him a little bit of time to make sure he's okay. Beat Diggers trail 10-1 here in the top of the sixth inning. If it's letter jackets, T-shirts, apparel, whatever you're looking for, stop by 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan. That's where you're going to find Bijou T-Quest for all your sports apparel. Bijou T-Quest at 302 Main in Fort Morgan. Dyer back in after fouling that pitch off his shin. He's got an 0-1 count here. And he watches one in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher, Peterson. It's 1-1. Justin Ditter, the runner at first. He singled as Dyer watches a pitch high for a ball. It's 2-1. One down here in the sixth. Tormolin comes set. The big right-hander from the stretch as that pitch is fouled back to the screen. Just got a piece of it, and it's 2-2. The catcher takes a moment the umpire takes a moment to brush off home plate, give everybody a second to regroup. Dyer steps back in with a 2-2 count against Mitch Tormolin. One down here, runner at first, 10-1 Eaton. The 2-2 pitch, just off the outside corner, and it's 3-2. That pitch didn't miss by much. And the count runs full. Tormolin nods to the side, comes set from the stretch. That one's lined to short, caught by Rosenbrock, throws back to first, and it's a double play. A soft liner to short turns into two, and we head to the bottom of the sixth. One hit, nobody left on, and no runs scored. The Beat Diggers need to get the offense going. They trail 10-1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 10-1 in favor of the Eaton Reds as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning from Sunset Field in Brush, Colorado. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. I'm Chris Brom, and the Beat Diggers will send Kyle Rosenbrock, Mitch Tormolin, and Ryan Hirschfeld to the plate here in the sixth inning as they look to get some offense going. Rosenbrock started that double play to end the top of the sixth, caught that line drive and doubled up the runner at first to end the inning. He'll get a crack here to get things started against the right-hander Marcus Longwell. Longwell now into his fourth inning of relief. The lanky right-hander with a sidearm delivery will face off against the sophomore Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock is 0 for 2 today, and he watches the first pitch miss for a called ball, and it's 1-0. That one's in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Longwell. Swung on a missed. It's 1-2. Longwell working quickly, comes set from the belt. Here's that sidearm delivery on the 1-2 pitch, and that misses low and away. It's 2-2. Rosenbrock digs back in there. Waggles that bat over his head as he gets ready for the 2-2 pitch. And that one caught him in the back. And he's going to jog down to first. Kyle Rosenbrock hit by a pitch to lead things off, and the Beat Diggers have a leadoff base runner. I think at this point they'll take him any way they can get him, and that's going to bring up Mitch Tormoland. Tormoland 0 for 2 today. Struck out back in the first and popped up to second in the fourth. Don't forget Equitable Savings and Loan, Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan in Fort Morgan and Brush. Tormoland takes the first pitch inside. It's 1-0. Rosenbrock, the runner at first, he takes his lead. The 1-0 pitch misses high and away, 2-0. The Beat Diggers haven't had many base runners today, just one hit so far. No, 2 hits. And that's popped up to second. The runner Rosenbrock had to freeze to make sure it wouldn't be caught, but he gets to second. The toss over to first gets the out. Scored that a fielder's choice as Rosenbrock moves up to second. It was just a flare towards the second baseman. Rosenbrock had to freeze to make sure that it wasn't caught. But by the time the second baseman could field the ball and make the play, he was able to get into second. So there's now a runner at second.
First baseman Ryan Hirschfeld.
With 1 down, and Ryan Hirschfeld comes to the plate. The first pitch is fouled off the catcher for a strike. Not many hard-hit balls by the Beat Diggers today. They trail 10-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Ryan Hirschfeld at the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. Turn and throw by the pitcher Longwell to second, but Rosenbrock's back in there standing. He's safe. Keeping him honest. Rosenbrock steps away from second. Longwell comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's swung on and missed by Hirschfeld. It's now 0-2. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies, serving you the best coffees, lattes, and smoothies, now open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to better serve you and ready to make your favorite specialty drink or offer a sweet treat. Stop by and see them at 921 Edison Street in Brush. And that's a called strike 3 at the knees. Ryan Hirschfeld is set down on strikes for the second out. Third baseman Tyler Monday will step up. He struck out and reached on an error. He's 0 for 2 today. Rosenbrock, the runner at second. He was hit by a pitch, moved up on a fielder's choice. Here's the first pitch to Monday. Too far outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Longwell taking his time to get the sign. Comes set. He's got that glove at the belt. Kicks and fires. That one's flared to third. Catching it on the hop is the third baseman. Makes the throw over to first and gets the out. And that's going to do it for the Beat Diggers here in the 6th inning. No hits, no runs, and a runner left on. We head to the 7th. Beat Diggers trailing the Eaton Reds 10-1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. I'm Chris Brom, joining you from Sunset Field in Brush, where the Beat Diggers trail the Eaton Reds 10-1 as we move to the top of the 7th inning in this rematch of last year's Class 3A state championship game. Jake Nelson will lead things off for the Eaton Reds. Nelson is 2 for 3 today with an RBI and a run scored. The left-hander will face off against Mitch Tormoland, who starts his 4th inning of work. His 5th inning of work after taking over for Alec Peterson, and the first pitch is outside for a ball. That pitch on the outside corner to Nelson. It's 1-1. Tormoland working quickly. Misses outside. It's 2-1 to the left fielder. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's too far outside, and it's 3-1. Nelson drove in a run with an RBI double back in the first, singled and scored in the fifth. And the left-hander has a 3-1 count here in the seventh inning. And that pitch nowhere close. And he'll walk to lead things off here in the seventh. A runner on for Jacob Mondragon, the leadoff hitter for the Reds. Mondragon was hit by a pitch to lead things off in this game. He would come around to score. A throw over to first, the runner back in head first. Mondragon also walked in the third, and then grounded into a fielder's choice. Chops one to short, just out of the reach of Rosenbrock and into left field for a base hit. Runner stops at second, so there's runners at first and second here to kick things off in the seventh inning, with the Reds up 10-1. Britton Abbott will step in now. Abbott walked and scored in the first, doubled and scored in the second, struck out in the third, singled back in the fifth, and he's got runners at first and second with nobody out here in the seventh. The first pitch from Tormolin, just off the outside corner for a ball. Tormolin has the sign he wants, comes set from the stretch. Here's the 1-0 pitch, just a little too high. And it's now 2 balls and no strikes. Nelson walked, he's at second. Mondragon singled, he's at first. Britton Abbott, the hitter, he's got a 2-0 count. And he swings and misses at a high fastball. And it's 2-1. Morgan Community College, don't let finances stand in the way of pursuing your college education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session that'll get you on the right track and find out what options are available to help you. The 2-1 pitch misses high, and it's 3-1 to Britton Abbott. No matter what age you are at Morgan Community College, you can imagine your possibilities. Believe in yourself and achieve your goal. Morgan Community College. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Tormolin, and that's fouled back to the screen, and the count is full. Looking ahead to the bottom of the seventh inning, the Beat Diggers will have Oscar Soto, Nico Guzman, and Grayson Simmons. But first we have to get through the top half of the seventh here. We've got runners at first and second and nobody out, and a full count pitch fouled back and over the screen. It's still 3-2. 10-1 our score. We're in the seventh inning. The Beat Diggers trail the Eaton Reds. 5 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 2 runs in the fifth. The Beat Diggers scored their lone run back in the fourth inning. And that pitch is high, and now the bases are loaded for the number 3 hitter, Ryan Kaler.
Now batting number 1, Ryan Kaler.
Kaler reached and scored on a walk back in the first, grounded out to the first baseman, Tormolin, back in the second, and grounded out to the pitcher in the third, then singled in the fifth. So he's officially 1 for 3 today on the afternoon. And it looks like the Beat Diggers are going to make a change on the mound. We'll step away for a moment and bring you the details on the pitching change. You're listening to the Brush Beat Diggers Baseball from Sunset Field and Brush on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. And we're back with Beat Digger Baseball from Sunset Field and Brush as the Beat Diggers trail the Eaton Reds. A pitching change as number 11, B.J. Hirschfeld, is now on the mound for the Beat Diggers, and his first pitch is driven into right field for a base hit. It scores a pair of runs, and it's now 12-1 in favor of the Eaton Reds as Jake Nelson and Jake Mondragon both come around to score on the base hit from Ryan Kaler. Moving to third on the play was Britton Abbott, and now Colton Lind is at the plate. His first pitch is fouled off for strike one, and second pitch from B.J. Hirschfeld is taken too far inside. It's 1-1. Hirschfeld, the right-hander, delivers, and that's fouled back to the screen. It's quickly 1-2. (12-1) Reds here in the top of the seventh. B.J. Hirschfeld, the new pitcher for the Beat Diggers, as that pitch misses inside, and it's 2-2. Jake Nelson reached on a walk. He came around to score. Jake Mondragon reached on a base hit. He scored as well on the single from Ryan Kaler. That pitch is in the dirt and gets away for a second from the catcher, Alec Peterson, and the runner Kaler moves up to second on the wild pitch. Now runners in scoring position at second and third, and still nobody out here in the seventh inning. Hirschfeld, the right-hander, delivers. That breaking ball is skied out to shallow left field. The shortstop Rosenbrock makes the catch. The runner tagged and thought about going, but it wasn't deep enough to score the run, so he holds up at third. A good pitch by Hirschfeld. Got the hitter Lind out in front, and he's skied that pop up to short left. Keeps the runners where they're at. Now one down here in the seventh. Matt Burkhart steps in. He'll swing and line the first pitch back up the middle and into center field. One run around to score. Now 2 runs are in, and Burkhart slides into second with a double. It's now 14-1. Matt Burkhart took the first pitch he saw and hammered it into right center field, bringing home 2 runs and increasing the Reds' lead here with 1 out in the seventh. The bases. That one's tapped back to the pitcher Hirschfeld, who throws onto first, and Marcus Longwell, the hitter, is retired for the second out.
Batting number 43, Justin Ditter.
Justin Ditter will step up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 so far on the day. Came in as a defensive substitute back in the third inning. That first pitch, a breaking ball, catches the top of the zone for a strike. On that grounder back to the pitcher, Matt Burkhart moved up to third, so there's a runner at third with 2 outs. And that pitch is grounded slowly to short, barehanded by Rosenbrock, makes the throw, and they got him at first. What a play. A barehanded throw from Rosenbrock, and the stretch from Mitch Tormolin gets the third out of the inning. Fantastic defense to bail out the pitcher. We head to the bottom of the seventh. 14-1 our score. The Beat Diggers trail on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. And we'll keep it right here as we want to remind you that Colorado Plains Medical Center, whether it's accidents or illness, they can strike at any time, day or night. And when they do, every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center, ready to handle any kind of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center brings you quality care. Brush Beat Digger Baseball also brought to you in part by Hometown Auto and Hardware. Hometown Auto and Hardware. Brush's local Napa and Hardware Hanks and small engine repair shop. Stop by and let them help you today. 1305 Edison Street in Brush. As we get ready for the bottom of the seventh inning, Oscar Soto, Nico Guzman, and Grayson Simmons, the scheduled hitters for the Beat Diggers, as they trail 14-1 here against the Reds. The Reds picking up runs in the first, second, fifth, and seventh innings. 5 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the fifth, and 4 just now in the seventh. The Beat Diggers got their lone run back in the bottom of the fourth. It's 14-1. Oscar Soto, the left-hander, steps in. Soto struck out back in the second. Drove in the only run for the Beat Diggers with an RBI single back in that fourth inning. He'll look to get something going here in the bottom of the seventh against Marcus Longwell. That pitch is popped foul and out of play over the left field dugout. Quickly, no balls and 1 strike to Soto. The Beat Diggers with just 2 hits this afternoon, both of them coming back in that fourth inning. The 0-1 pitch from Longwell. Too far inside, it's 1-1. Longwell has been tough on the Beat Diggers today with that sidearm delivery. Now he faces the left-hander Soto. Here's the 1-1 pitch. On the outside corner, it's 1-2. Longwell delivers. The 1-2 pitch is too far outside and a little bit low. It's now 2-2. Don't forget, stop, shop, and save with all your grocery needs at the Brush Grocery Cart. Snacks for game time enjoyment. 1302 Edison Street in Brush. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt and back to the screen. It's 3-2 on Soto. Nobody out, nobody on. The Beat Diggers looking to do something here in the bottom of the seventh inning as they trail 14-1. The 3-2 pitch is sprayed foul down the right field line, and the count remains full. Soto, the DH today, with the lone RBI on the afternoon. He's looking to get something started here. Here's the 3-2 count. And that one is past the diving third baseman, fielded by the short hop. A jump throw to first, but well late and off target anyway. And Soto reaches an infield single. The shortstop fielded that ball deep in the hole, made a gallant effort to get the out, but Soto was well safe, and now there will be a runner on with nobody out for Grayson Simmons. The G-man watches a called strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Nico Guzman, the hitter. Grayson Simmons on deck. Guzman up on the plate. And he swings and misses. Had a good off-speed pitch. Had him way out in front. It's now 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Flailed at and missed, and that's the first out of the seventh inning for the Beat Diggers. Guzman fooled badly on that off-speed pitch from Longwell. Unable to make contact for the first out. Now Grayson Simmons will step up to the plate. Soto, the runner at first. The first pitch misses high. It's 1-0. Simmons has struck out twice today. Once looking, once swinging. Trying to keep this inning alive. He's got a runner on. And that one's a called strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Longwell ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's too far inside. It's 2-1. Hard to believe, just last week there was snow on the ground. It's a beautiful day on this Friday afternoon. The sun is shining. Temperatures in the 60s. Just a slight breeze blowing out to left field. The 2-1 pitch from Longwell. Catches the inside corner, and it's 2-2. Simmons has done a good job of working some counts today. Unfortunately, he has nothing to show for it. Just a pair of strikeouts. The 2-2 pitch from Longwell is popped to shallow right field past the diving infielder. And that's going to be a base hit for Grayson Simmons. Soto moves to second on the play. Just a little flare into no man's land in right field. And Simmons has got himself a base hit to put runners at first and second with one away for Alec Peterson. Alec Peterson started today's game on the mound, went a couple of innings, gave up 8 runs.
Alec Peterson.
He's walked, flown out to center, and struck out, and he swings and misses on the first pitch from Marcus Longwell. It's 0-1. Soto, the runner at second. He's singled. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the outside corner, 0-2. Grayson Simmons with a flare single to right. He's on first. An infield single, a flare for a base hit into no man's land. And we've got 2 runners on with 1 out. Alec Peterson with an 0-2 count as he calls time at the plate. Takes a couple of practice swings, now digs back in. Longwell gets the sign, comes set. Here's the delivery from the side armor. That one's behind the hitter, Peterson. A nice stop by the catcher as he's able to keep that ball from going to the screen. It's now 1-2. We've seen a couple of those today from Peterson, or excuse me, from Longwell. A good defensive swing on that pitch from Alec Peterson as he wastes one over the right field dugout for a foul ball. It's 1-2. Longwell had a couple of batters today that he's thrown a pitch behind. Not unusual with that sidearm delivery. Checks the runners. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Good job to hold up by Alec Peterson as that one dove out of the zone, down and away for ball 2. He thought about swinging, but was able to hold it back. It's now 2-2. Runners at first and second. 1 man down. The Beat Diggers trail 14-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Longwell comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside. It's 3-2. 2 pitches in a row that Peterson has done a good job of laying off as those, I guess you could call him a slider. He's dove out of the zone late. Some good discipline from Peterson. And that one misses outside as well, and now the bases are loaded, and the Beat Diggers have a little bit of a rally going on. Still obviously a long way to go to catch up from 14-1, but they've got the bases loaded here, and 1 man out for freshman Arnoldo Maltos Garcia.
Arnoldo Maltos.
Maltos Garcia's 0 for 3 today as he swings and grounds the first pitch to third. There's the throw to second for 1. And he'll get the out there. The throw to first well offline. A good job by Alec Peterson sliding in hard into second to break up that double play. The run does score on the play, and it's now 14-2. Soto able to come home on that fielder's choice by Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. That's a fielder's choice and an RBI. The third baseman hesitated just a bit on that throw, and Alec Peterson did a good job sliding in hard, breaking up the double play as the throw was well offline. And now short timeout as the Eaton Reds gather, make sure everybody's okay. There's now 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Runners at the corners. Grayson Simmons moves up to third on that fielder's choice. Arnoldo Montos Garcia now at first. 14-2 Reds. 2 down here in the 7th. And Kyle Rosenbrock, the shortstop, digs in. Rosenbrock 0 for 2 today with a hit by pitch. And he takes the first pitch down low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Rosenbrock again coming off a monster game yesterday in that 16-4 win over Highland. Looking for his first hit here today. And he swings and misses. Took a home run cut there. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, bounces away, goes to the screen. The runners are moving up. And Grayson will slide in safe. Grayson Simmons slides in safe at home. He moves up and scores a run. It's now 14-3. And Arnoldo Montos Garcia moves up to second on that wild pitch from Marcus Longwell. The count now 2-1 to Kyle Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock at the plate. Here's the pitch. That one on the outside corner. It's 2-2. Montos Garcia, the runner at second, 2 down. Beat Diggers trail 14-3 in the 7th. Kyle Rosenbrock with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled out of play down the right field line. Count holds at 2-2. Oscar Soto led off the inning with a base hit. He would come around to score. Grayson Simmons singled. He would score as well. That pitch misses low and away, and it's now full to the Beat Digger shortstop, Kyle Rosenbrock. The pitcher Longwell comes set. Here's the pitch from the stretch. And that pitch is swung on and missed. And the Beat Diggers go down here in the 7th inning. That's going to do it for today's game. Stay tuned for a look at the stats and a preview of tomorrow's game. The final score from Sunset Field here in Brush, the Eaton Reds 14, the Beat Diggers 3. We'll be back with a look at the stats and more on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. In Brush, as the Beat Diggers fall to the Eaton Reds 14-3 this afternoon, I'm Chris Brahman for John Beltran on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. We're looking at the stats here as the Beat Diggers come up with 3 runs on just 4 hits, a couple of walks, struck out 9 times. Picking up the win for the Eaton Reds this afternoon, Marcus Longwell taking the loss for the Beat Diggers. Alec Peterson, he went 2 innings, gave up 8 runs, 7 earned on 5 hits, 4 walks. He also hit a batter and had a balk in that game. Mitch Tormolin went another 4 innings for the Beat Diggers. And then B.J. Hirschfeld finished things off in that 7th inning. Again, the Beat Diggers fall this afternoon 14-3. They now move to 6-5 overall, and the Eaton Reds now 12-0, still undefeated. This postgame show brought to you by Buildings by Design. Buildings by Design in Brush takes pride in their workmanship and quality, their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter at 842-5837. Building today's business. Buildings by Design. The Beat Diggers struggled today offensively and on the mound. They fall 14-3. The sound engineer and producer of Brush Beat Digger Baseball is Rose Condis. Join John Beltran tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and again tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. as the Beat Diggers host Estes Park and Sterling, respectively, in a league doubleheader. Once again, the final score of today's game, Eaton 14, Brush 3. You've been listening to Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.